Today I want to explore the Scottish side of my culture, so I'm gonna make some Scottish tablet. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. Alright, so take a look at the ingredients that you're gonna need. This is 2 cups of regular sugar. This is half a pound or 2 sticks of butter. We're only going to use half the can of the condensed milk. This is 1/4 cup of regular whole milk. And this is 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And that's all we're going to need. Before I tell you guys a little bit that I know about Scottish tablet, let me show you what else you're going to need, alright? You're going to need a baking sheet like this. I'm using this small one because I don't think we'll need the bigger one for the amount that we're making. I greased it lavishly on the bottom and all around the sides because I don't want anything to stick when we're done, okay? You're going to need a nice thick pot. Now ideally it would be better to do it in a saucepan that has one handle that you could pour it out into the baking sheet when you're done. But my saucepans are all kind of small and I don't want it to boil over and mess up my stovetop, so I'm using this big pot, okay? And you're going to need a wooden spoon for stirring. This is actually a bamboo spoon and my good friend Lisa gave this to me. Hi Lisa! She gave me the whole set of the bamboo utensils and I really love them and I use them a lot, so I just wanted to give her a shout out. Anyways, the little bit that I know about Scottish tablet. You know, of course you guys know I'm from Belize, and if you know anything at all about Belize, we were owned by England up till 1981, and so the English culture is definitely in Belize, and so the tablet reminds me a lot of our Belizean fudge. And I have a Belizean fudge recipe already in my cookbook that I'm selling right now, Beans and Rice and Jesus Christ. That recipe was given to me by my cousin Susie. Hi Susie. And my mom has her own Belizean fudge recipe that she refused to give me when I was doing the book. She said she was going to take it with her to her grave. And then when she was going through chemo in 2012, early 2012, she came here one day when she was sick as a dog and she kind of laid across the counter and she says, I'm going to teach you how to make the fudge because I don't want to take it to my grave anymore. And so that's how come I have that recipe at the site, and I think I call it Mom Rosalie's Fudge or something like that. I'm going to look up and try to link it for you. In any case, both those recipes are kind of similar, even though my mom's recipe is the best. Oh, and by the way, she didn't want to give it to me, and I'm only her daughter. She has 2 daughters. I'm only her daughter, but she gave it to her granddaughter, Jada. Can you believe that? So Jada's going to have my mom's recipe in her cookbook, okay? But coming back to this tablet thing, our fudge recipes in Belize doesn't use any chocolate, you know, as I'm sure you guys know for those of you who watch the show regularly, but it still doesn't use as much sugar and as much butter as this tablet uses. So I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. This is the first time that I'm going to be making this tablet. And I'm really excited to do it. I don't know that we're going to keep it here because I don't really think this is healthy for you. This is a lot of sugar. 2 cups of sugar. Actually, the recipe calls for 4 cups of sugar to 1 whole can of condensed milk, but I'm not doing that, okay? I'm going to half the recipe. So 2 cups of sugar to half a can of condensed milk, and then 2 sticks of butter. It pains my heart to use 2 sticks of butter in anything other than pie dough. But in any case, we're going to be trying, and so I'm going to take you guys along with me while I test this recipe. And if it comes out horrible, I'm putting it up. If it comes out good, I'm putting it up, okay? There's only a few recipes that I'm brave enough to try like this because I made the fudge enough time that I think we're going to be okay. So let's move over to the stove and get the show on the road. So because our butter is at room temperature but not quite softened, I'm just going to use a knife to go ahead and dice it into small cubes. So I didn't even have to dice it up too fine, just, you know, in chunks. And I moved all the ingredients over here to this side of the counter. And here's my pot. And now all I'm going to do is turn the fire on. I'm going to turn it on high at first. And then we're going to turn it down accordingly, alright? So let's start first of all by adding the sugar. Here you go. Add all that sugar in there. And we're going to add the milk so that the sugar can dissolve. So we have to add moisture to sugar to get it to dissolve, alright? Start off with my spoon. And shortly we're going to add the butter. See, that didn't even take too long to start dissolving. Now it's time to add all our butter. And we're going to allow this to melt into the sugar. You know, when making our Belize fudge, we don't use this much butter at all. We use like 2 teaspoons of butter at the most. So this is definitely going to be a different style for me. So let me allow that to dissolve, and then we'll add the milk and the essence or the extract, okay? I mean the condensed milk. I'm going to go ahead and add the sweetened condensed milk. Remember, we're only using half the can. Let me eyeball it a little bit more. So I believe this is going to be like a real sugary type fudge, version of our fudge. We'll go ahead and add the vanilla extract or essence. You know, in Belize we know it as essence, but over here in America they say extract. So you know how it is. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Now I'm going to turn it down to medium because I definitely don't want this to burn. If I know anything at all about making Belizean fudge, I don't, you know, it'll burn easily. So I'm applying the same principles of our fudge making to this, alright? I'm really excited about this because from some of the videos that I've seen, it looks like a really fat, sugary type of a treat. So warning, warning, warning to everybody who has cholesterol, heart, diabetes, whatever. Don't even eat this, alright? I'm going to make this and figure how am I going to distribute this. So I'm going to stay here and stir for like 10 minutes. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like then. And I'm not really stirring rigorously, alright? It's not like giving me an arm work or anything. Just kind of stirring it so it won't burn. And it's on medium. If I have to lower it some more, I will. And I'm just going to stir. See you guys in 10 minutes. Alright guys, so I've turned the heat down to low because I don't want it to burn. It's starting to look like our fudge now. Our Belizean fudge. And I don't think this is supposed to get too brown like our Belizean fudge. But I'm going to let it go for a couple more minutes for sure. And now I'm getting an arm workout. I'm going to lose all the weight I need to lose first before I even eat one stick of this, right? It's smelling good, of course, because, you know, sugar and condensed milk always smells good. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. You know, with our Belizean fudge, if you take it off too early, you get like a sticky taffy type goo, which is still good, but if you've got fillings, they're not good. You know, fillings in your teeth. So I don't know, you know, if this will get like a taffy if I take it off too early. I definitely love the color. I don't want it to get too brown. So it's been 2 minutes since I've been going for a total of 12 minutes since I added all the ingredients, alright? I thought it would go for more like 40 minutes, but I guess it's not that long. So I'm going to let you guys know what time it is when I take it off. I took it off the heat. I think this is done. I'm going to shut it off and then let's take it to the baking sheet. Here we go, guys. Pour it out all over the baking sheet. Yeah, this pan was just the right size. I'm a good judge of the volume, right? The ingredients. It's coming out pretty easy. And of course, you're going to want to soak this pot right away and wash it. Let me get all of it out. While it's still very hot, I want to go ahead and spread it out to all the corners of my baking sheet. But I don't want to mess with it so much with this wooden spoon that I make the top rough. I want the top of it to remain smooth, so I don't want it to be like right here. So I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and clean off my wooden spoon. I'm going to get all the pieces off because we don't want to waste anything. I'm going to use my little butter knife to go ahead and smooth it out as best as I can without mucking it up some more. In 5 minutes, I start scoring. And you guys know what scoring is, right? We're not cutting all the way to the bottom of the tray. We're just making these lines on the top part. And I'm cutting it in rows so that I can get serving sizes that I want. So of course you can cut them smaller if you want, okay? So we're going to go in the next direction here. And of course I'm using a serrated knife because that tends to cut through it a little bit better. And I'm getting quite a bit. And I like the way it feels when the knife is going through it. It's way different than our Belizean fudge. This is about 15 minutes after we took it from the stove, okay? So I'm just using my metal spatula here to go actually cut it all the way through, because remember we just kind of scored it before. I'll tell you what I find that's different than our Belize fudge. Right away, you can feel it kind of crumbly. Because our Belizean fudge, if you cook it too long, it gets like real super duper hard to where you have to suck it like a hard candy, right? So it feels crumbly. I feel a difference already. I have this little piece out of the thing that I want to taste in a little while, but I'm not going to taste it yet. Really have to watch when I eat my sugar, and I try to eat it after a meal. And I'm watching my sugar intake. So I don't have diabetes, but I'm always in prevention mode with that, you know? So it's breaking really. I'm excited. I think I may have nailed this recipe. You know, some recipes I'll test it on camera, and I usually tell you guys when I'm doing that. And some recipes I refuse to test on camera because they look so wrong. This one I kind of dug out of that little bag from my Aunt Grace. And you know, for my Scottish viewers, if it's wrong, you know, I can take correction. You know? Awesome. So let me leave it alone, and then I'll come back and serve it up on a platter, and then I'll taste it. Our candies or sweets have cooled down sufficiently enough that I was able to transfer it from the baking dish onto this beautiful platter. Go ahead and take a look at how gorgeous they are. And they smell good too, guys. I want you to take a look at our tray. These are the bad ones. And why are they bad? Because they crumbled. Bad. That's the batch that I'm going to leave here for us so we could just take a nibble to taste it. I don't really want all these sweets to be left behind because last week we did a lot of sweets for Valentine and we have to get the sugar out of our system, okay? But I really wanted to try this recipe for a while, and I found it, and I just really wanted to get in here and get it out of the way. So these ones, they're perfect. Look, see? They didn't crumble on me. They're perfect. I'm going to have Jada like wrap these in cellophane or something and give them to her friends at school because they're young kids. They can tolerate at least one treat each, right? So I'm going to distribute all of this. I'm not eating it. I don't even know what it tastes like yet. It smells so buttery. So, and we put a lot of butter. Like I said, with our Belizean fudge, we don't put a lot of butter in it. So I'm going to get a little chip off of the broken batch that's there. Let me break it in half because I don't know how this sugar is going to hit me. Okay, it crumbles real easily. Not a taffy at all. Not as hard as our Belizean fudge. I taste the butter right away. I taste that right away. And I used salted butter, guys. A lot of these sweet recipes will call for unsalted butter. I always use salted butter because I like that contrast. It's pretty good. I'm trying to let all the taste hit me. I taste the butter first. This would do good with some nuts in it, but I didn't want to like start messing with the recipe because it didn't call for nuts. But our Belizean fudge, we put peanuts or cashews or stuff. So I didn't want to start messing around with it. I wanted to honor what the recipe said, right? And then if you suck on it, it hits your taste bud even quicker. But definitely sweet, guys. Warning. Do not give this to any diabetics at all. Don't even try. Don't even say eat it with a protein. Don't give it to diabetics, okay? This is way too sweet. But what a wonderfully sinful confection. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, hit like below. And as you can see, I named this the Bear Pantry Kitchen and not the Belize Show because even though I'm from Belize and I want to do all the Belize recipes that I know, I don't want to be confined in a box to just do Belizean recipes, alright? So anything that strikes my fancy that seems easy enough to do, that uses very few ingredients, I'm on board with doing that. So this is our first attempt at Scottish tablet, and I really think it came out wonderful. And share the video for me with your friends and family so that it can get around. Thank you so much for picking up my book. This, of course, is not in the book because we're always working on new recipes. And coming up pretty soon, Joe's going to do something to our Belizean fried jacks or fried cakes that you're just going to enjoy. So stay tuned for that, all right? Thanks so much for watching, and until I see you guys again, take care. Please check out my review channel right here on YouTube. It's called Bear Pantry Talk. Also, check out my vlog channel. It's called Babs Bear Talk.